Good morning, everyone. This is Venkatesh, Department of AI&ML. Now, I want to explain a very important topic in computer network, which is called as OSI model. So now we see what is OSI model along with 7 layers here. So OSI model is nothing but open system interconnection. So we are calling OSI model as open system interconnection. What exactly an open system interconnection will be here? For example, I am taking here two devices. It may be a system or devices here. These two devices are connected with each other here. So in what way these two systems are connected with each other? So how these layers will work? What are the important role playing all the 7 layers? We are going to discuss in detail now. Right now, let's move to the topic here. So these two systems you are calling this as open system interconnection here. So OSI model was developed by ISO, which is called as International Organization for Standardization in the year 1984. So it is a 7-layered architecture. So these are the 7 layers here. Now we are going to study in detail how these 7 layers will work. Right, so these are the 7 layers here. Apart from these 7 layers, for each and every layer we have a certain functionalities of each and every layer. What a layer performs the special functionality for all the layers here. So let's move to the first layer here. So that is the application layer here. So I will discuss along with an example to understand. Very simple here. I will take a small example here. For here sender is there here, and here receiver is there here. So what sender wants to do here? Sender wants to send a message to the receiver. For example, I am taking here, I will type a message as hi, how are you? So this is the message I want to transmit this particular data or a message from sender to the receiver here. So how this works by using this all the 7 layers we will see now. So in application layer, what is the role of application layer? So application layer, the main functionalities are like internet searching, file transfer, or emails. Internet searching, for example, I will use Chrome here. So Chrome like HTTP, HTTPS. So these all are comes under internet searching. So I want to send a message, hi, how are you? Maybe through WhatsApp or through email. I want to send a message from sender to the receiver here. So once I send a message from hi, how are you, how this will be received by using all the layers, so that we are going to see in detail by using these 7 layers here. So one more functionality, that is a file transfer here. So file transfer protocol, which is nothing but email, we can say here. So I want to transfer a mail from one sender to the receiver here. How email can be transferred here? So that is one more functionality in application layer here. Then emails here. So how file will be transferred from sender to the receiver here. So once sender has type a message, hi, how are you? This particular message, once application layer is completed, then it will give this particular message to the presentation layer. That is the 6th one. So what presentation layer will do here? What are the functionalities of presentation layer here? So this example, whatever we written here, hi, how are you? So this will be encrypted data will be done by using this presentation layer. So the functionalities of presentation will be translation and data compression. So translation in the sense, whatever the message we are typing and what are the message we are sending from one person to another person, that particular data or the message will be encrypted in case of presentation layer. Now once the translation is completed here, data compression. So what is the functionality of data compression in presentation layer? So data compression is nothing but here. So this particular message, which is the encrypted one here, I want to compress the data here. So can I compress this data here? Yes, I can compress the data. For example, assume this is the 6 MB of data I want to send data from sender to the receiver here. So once it is compressed here, the particular 6 MB of data will be compressed to 2 MB of data. So this can be done in presentation layer. This is the one more important functionality in presentation layer. So these are the functionalities in presentation layer. When coming to the presentation to session layer here, so what happens, data received from presentation to the session layer. So session layer is nothing but it is a session will be established between this sender and the receiver. The session, once the session has been established correctly from sender to the receiver, then a sender can send a message to the receiver, and receiver receives this particular message here. So once the session has been established successfully here, so now we are moving to the next one, which is called as a transport layer here. So what transport layer will do? So this is the heart of the transport layer. So transport layer plays very important role in the entire OSI model here. So till now what we discussed, this application layer, presentation layer, and session layer, all the three comes under its software purpose. So software layers we can say here. The remaining part comes under the hardware layers here. So transport layer is the heart of the OSI model here. So the main important role of transporter layer here. So once the session layer establish a session successfully, then it receives to the transport layer here. So it transmits a session management from session layer to the transport layer. So once that is done here, so authentication and authorization here. So I'm sending a message, hi, how are you, from session layer to the transport layer. In this particular transport layer here, once the authorization has been done successfully. So authorization and authentication is two functionalities are very important here. So in case of authentication here, so this particular message has to be delivered to the receiver with authentically. So here no data will be leaked by any third party person here. So data will be sent securely from sender to the receiver here. So their authentication will work successfully in the session layer. In the similar way, authorization in the sense here, so sender is receiving a particular person to the receiver here. The only person has able to receive that particular message. Who is the authorized person? That particular person only has to receive this particular message, which is called as the authorization. So these are the different functionalities in session layer here. So once session layer is completed, we move to the transport layer here. So in transport layer, segmentation. So the main functionalities in transport layer is segmentation, flow control, and error control. So in transport layer, segmentation plays a very important role here. So session layer gives the information once it is completed to the transport layer here. So for each and every message, we have a sequence number, a port number, and the data. What are the data we are sending from sender to the receiver here? So it will be received in the form of a segments here. So whatever the data we are receiving, it will be received in the form of segments. This can be happen in transport layer part. Now that is once that is done here, so that is called as segmentation in transport layer here. So once the data has been divided into different segments here, now flow control. So the one more functionality which is called as a flow control here. Flow control in the sense here, so the flow of control from one layer to the another layer, whether the data is received a proper format or complete data is received or not from one layer to the next layer here. So that is called as a flow control here. And the next one is the error control here. So if any error occurs here while sending a message from one layer to the another layer, or maybe sender to the receiver here, if any error occurs here, so that will be comes under error control here. So if any error occurs here, we need to retransmit the data again for the second time here. Then again we are going to transfer the data from sender to the receiver. So that is the main functionality of error control. Next one, once this transport layer task is completed, now we are moving to the next layer, which is called as the network layer. So in network layer, this network layer, whatever the data we are receiving from top layer to the down layer, so this data will be received in the form of a different packets here. So that can be done in network layer, right? So in network layer here, the main functionalities of network layer is logical addressing as well as the routing here. So once the data has been transmitting from sender to the receiver here, the data is divided into different multiple packets here. Those packets are transferring from one device to the another device here. So by having different IP address here, IP address 1 which is called as internet protocol 1 and internet protocol 2 along with the segment here. So this data has been transmitting from one layer to the other layer, from sender to the receiver in the form of a packets here in a secured way here. So that can be done in case in network layer here. And routing in the sense here, so the flow of flow control of message can be delivered successfully to the receiver here, so without any error here. So the routing can be done once there is no network issue is occurred here. The routing will be transmit the data from sender to the receiver successfully. So this can be done in network layer. Once this is done here, now we are moving to the next layer, which is called as a data link layer here. In data link layer, so the main functionalities of data link layer is framing as well as physical addressing. So in data link layer, so the data link layer role is here. So we have for each and every devices, we have the different MAC addresses here. So the sender is receiving the MAC address, which is I'm calling it as MAC1, which is called as MAC address 1 and MAC address 2, along with the packet, whatever the data is sending. You see, the data is in the form of packets here. So if any error occurs, or if you need to retransfer the data with the help of FCS here. So once the data is done here, so physical addressing for each and every device, a unique MAC address will be available here. So for sender and the receiver, for sender we are having a unique MAC address. For the receiver also we have a unique MAC address here. By using this unique MAC address here, a sender can receive data, whatever the message you are receiving by the receiver, without any error, without any problem here. So now next, once the data link layer has been done here, now the next last layer, which is called as a physical layer. So in physical layer, so the main functionality of physical layer is the raw data and the bits here. So whatever the data we are received from data link layer to the physical layer here, now the data is in the form of a packets here. So then this data is moved into the form of a frames here. Once the data is divided into different frames here, now it sends the data to the physical layer here. This physical layer converts the data in the form of bits like this. So the data will be shown in the form of bits here, so which is a secured one here. So the physical layer in the form of bits, the data will be transmitted here, and this data is received by the receiver here. So the our message is sender is want to send a message which is called as hi, how are you here. So this particular message, by having all the layers, 7 layers here, so how this message has been delivered from one layer to the another layer in the form of different functionalities by using all the layers. So this layer, this message has been delivered to the receiver successfully here. So now the receiver wants to do a message to the sender here. The same role whatever we discussed till now, the same role will be applied here. The same protocol has to be followed by the receiver also here. So here again the task will be done with the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation and application layer. So once this is done here, a receiver receives the data successfully here, and the receiver can read the message, yes, hi, how are you. So once it is delivered the data successfully by the receiver here, now receiver reads the data here, and if the receiver wants to reply a message to the sender side here, the same protocol has been delivered to the sender side here by using the same functionalities. Whatever we observed from sender to the receiver, the same will be continue from receiver to sender also. So this is how a OSI model will work. So this is the very important concept in computer networks. So how the OSI model will work, and what are the important layers of each and every layer along with functionalities. So I hope you understand this concept very well. I think thank you very much.